Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do a bonus read for you, my friends. Whew, that was an intense week and a half or so. And I finally got all the readings out, and now we can get back to some of the bonus reads, Taurus. I'm here to do a bonus read for you. Thanks for being patient with me, friends. And let's find out what is going on for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. When I do a bonus read, if you've been here before, you know what I'm about to say. I read for the current or the future energy. I'm not planning on looking at anything back there unless it comes up and stares me in the face. Then I will acknowledge it. But we are onward and upward here at Ten of Cups Tarot for 2025. Taurus, you've got less than 24 hours to book an appointment. If you want a discount, please look in the pinned comment. And all the information you need is there. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What does Taurus need to know? What does the collective Taurus need to know? Happy birthday, friends. And we are slipping out of the April Tauruses, going into the May ones. Saw you in the comments, y'all. Thank you for letting me know when your birthdays were. Tell me about Taurus. What's going on here? We've got the World card. Taurus, you are closing some sort of major chapter in your life. What else do we have for Taurus? It took a long time to get here, but I feel like you are through the portal, Taurus. Yep, making decisions and everything. So it does feel like with the Two of Wands energy that you have taken, well, this is true, right? This is fixed energy, which is Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. And I feel like you have taken whatever time that you need, Taurus, to make some sort of really big decision that I feel like you're about to make whenever you see this, right? Because for some of you, this may resonate right now, but it won't for all of you, and that's okay. It's we're not all at the same place in our lives, and that's why it can't resonate for everybody at the same time. But it feels like you are at the crossroads of your life, and I feel that's what's coming to an end, Taurus. You're going to pick a lane. And I don't think that you're without direction, but I feel like you're taking action. Taking action on something that I feel that you kind of like you got lost in the edits a little bit. Like it feels like it's like writing a book and you do the first chapter and you start editing, and then you get, you start editing the edits and then edit the edits you just edited. Like it feels like back here was all the edits. It feels like you're now closing a chapter here because it's time for you to step away from not knowing what to do, and it's time for you to pick a direction or take some action. Tell me more about Taurus. We have the Nine of Cups. This is really beautiful. I like it, Taurus. I feel like whatever chapter you have closed here, it does feel like this chapter has taught you how to be I was going to say self-sufficient, but that doesn't really cover it. I feel like it's more about your emotional state, that you have learned how to find your inner happiness. And it doesn't mean that you don't need people or relationships or all of that when you're in this Nine of Cups energy. But please understand that this Nine of Cups energy is not something that is outside of you. This is something that is internal. The Nine of Cups is not something that is gifted to you by the universe. This is something that you work for, something that you choose. You choose happiness, and you choose to be happy. So I feel like you are closing an old chapter here and opening a new one, and it's a decision to be happy, that regardless of what's going on around me, that I'm going to be happy, because nines are about doing it all by yourself. So this is not wish fulfillment that's coming as a relationship. This is an energy of you finding inner happiness. And I feel like that's the decision you're making. You're choosing to be happy. And I think it looks good on you. Look, when you're happy on the inside, it shows to the outside with a glow. Just look at pregnant women. We have the Fool. Well, isn't that beautiful and timely? We have the Justice card. Oh my gosh, Taurus. This is lovely. You've had some sort of breakthrough. That's what it feels like. We have the King of Wands. So I feel like this World card has brought you to the Fool energy because you made a decision to be happy, and it's brought you to this place of stability. I feel as though it's said, right? When you do your best to throw your best at the universe, at some point the universe is going to throw it back. So your words, how you treat others, what you do with your life and how you spend your life is really important, because whatever you're throwing at the universe is eventually going to throw back to you tenfold, or 11. I'm looking at the Justice card. And so I feel like your happiness is being restored, Taurus. And now it's time for you to move along the path, is what it feels like, because 2 wands are here with the King of Wands. And I feel like you are motivated to now move into the future. And please understand that I don't think it's because there is any relationship or job or anything. I feel like it's because restoration has come to your life, karmic justice. And it's given you the energy of motivation to follow your passions, to be excited about life again. That's really beautiful. You've been healed. It feels like you've got some inner healing here. Now you are hopeful. You're looking forward to whatever is coming in the future here. Tell me about the 2 of Wands, please. Tell me about the 2 of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. It's the excitement you're feeling. So if you're feeling excitement for no damn reason, this is what it is. It feels like you are excited for the future. And I feel like this, we've got 2, 3, and 4 wands now. It feels like it's taking you to a place of stability. Possibly some of you are moving to a new home, or maybe you're decided, you know what, this is my place of healing. Now that I'm healed, maybe it's time for me to sell the house and move on. Or maybe it's time for me to leave this apartment and go to the next. It feels like you are now leaving the crossroads here with a lot of excitement and a spark of energy. And it's time for me to find whatever is on the path. I really love that in this particular deck that there's lights all around the wands, because it's like lighting a path, right? So you can take action, and that's what it looks like here. We have the Chariot. So I just said some of you might be moving. It feels like if you're not moving physically, like moving house, selling house, getting a new apartment, it feels like you are now in movement. Now we've got the white horse and the dark horse, and that's your feminine and masculine energies that are now in balance, because there's no way you can drive the chariot if you are not good with your balance. I feel like you are getting some sort of a balance in your life here, Taurus. It feels like things can now move forward only because you decided. You made the decision to be happy, and that's exactly what you did. You've unlocked the next level, Taurus. You've put in the background whatever it was that whatever the last chapter was for you. You've closed that chapter, and it's time for you to move forward into the new chapter here. Give me one more card here. Ah, good. We've got the Page of Swords. You're ready to learn. It's the one with the malleable mind, the one who is the student, right? All the pages are students, but this particular one is one of the mind. So I feel like, Taurus, you're ready now to take a shot. I'm just saying that this page is looking like they're pulling that last arrow. Well, maybe there's 2 more there. 3, 2. Oh, very cool. Okay, so Charlie was just saying, yeah, this person's pulling this arrow out of the quiver, and they're ready to take their shot. But the 2 are here. The 3rd one, you're no longer heartbroken. It feels like you've decided, you know what, I'm no longer heartbroken. I've decided I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to be happy because I want to be happy. Not because I have a spouse, not because I have a massive amount of money, not because I have a big house. I just have decided I'm going to be happy. So it feels like the Page of Swords tells me that you have either, you've learned a pattern and you've broken the pattern, and now you're ready to look at it as the lesson instead of suffering. You're no longer going to be suffering, because now you've realized that if you can look at it as a lesson, that then you can invite it in and say, okay, maybe I needed that lesson. That's what it feels like here. Tell me about the World card. What did you leave in the past? I'm just sort of interested to know what sort of chapter you closed here. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the 2 of Cups. And we have the 5 of Swords. Taurus, you are fighting yourself about letting go of some sort of emotional connection. I feel like for some of you, you've let go of your need of love. You let go of your need of this loving connection. And so maybe you were stuck to somebody back there. It could be. Maybe you just didn't want to let somebody go. But it's a need that I think that you're letting go of. Because I feel like you were fighting sort of letting go of some sort of connection that you had from someone. But it feels like you now have realized, I've got to go at any cost. I've got to let go. So it feels like you closed a chapter of needing, I'm going to say. And that's kind of beautiful. Because when you need something, you will treat it differently when it shows up than when you want it. If you need it, you will use it up. You'll use it up immediately. That's true with money, right? For those of you I come from a place of poverty. So when I was impoverished, as soon as I got money, I spent it on things I didn't need. And it's different now because I don't need it anymore. Now that I want it, I don't really want it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? We have the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like you're in a really abundant energy here, Taurus. That everything is going to start rolling in for you. You've busted through some sort of a glass ceiling that you maybe thought that was above you, that I don't think it was. Tell me why the Fool is here. There's excitement for taking some sort of leap of faith into some sort of new chapter here. We do have Temperance. We have the Two of Swords that's in the reverse. Oh, I love it. The Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, the Towers here. You've had some sort of really big awakening here. Yeah, it's an awakening that I'm cutting myself free from the Eight of Swords. I'm no longer going to be stuck here waiting for someone to save me. I can save myself, because that's who the Queen of Swords is. She's somebody who is liberating herself. I can say what I want. I can stand up and say it. I can use this sword and I can cut myself out of the Eight of Swords. My hands are no longer tied, and now I no longer have to sit here and wait. So I feel like the Fool is telling me that Temperance is here. So your moment of alchemy is here, Taurus, and something really beautiful is about to happen for you because the Wheel of Fortune is here. Everything's about to change. Now, for those of you, like the Wheel of Fortune is not waiting for you. So for those of you who are not ready for change and don't want change and I don't want to go and I'm not closing any doors, then you're going to feel really uncomfortable for a little while because it feels like the ones of you who are letting go, the Two of Swords is in the reverse, the ones of you who are giving it to the universe and letting it go and saying, I'm ready for change, bring it. I feel like the Tower comes. Now look, nobody likes the Tower. Tower's a bit of a shit show, right? But the Tower is really always here for mercy. And it's here to put you on the right path because the place where you were traveling was a place that was leading to the glass ceiling or the dead end. So the Wheel of Fortune is here in the Tower, and when they're both here, this is a major awakening for you, and it brings you to this energy here of the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands can be a person, for sure, but I feel like the King of Wands is an energy of feeling motivated, feeling excited about life again, is what it feels like. Tell me about this emotional justice, happy justice that's coming here. What is this? Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Happy justice for Taurus. Tell me about this. We've got the Queen of Wands, feminine or masculine. There's a bold move that's about to be made here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. You are on your way to your goal, Taurus. Making a bold move, heading out the door. I'm ready to make a bold move and go to my goal here. The Hermit energy is here. I feel like this is your power up. That you have gotten to this place in your life where you know that that life is about the breath, right? That when I'm having a hard day, I'm going to start it with 10 minutes of meditation. And if you don't have 10 minutes, you should do 20. Because I think Buddha said that. If you don't have time for meditation, or maybe was it Buddha? No. Oh, it was the Dalai Lama, I think he said. He said if you don't have time to meditate for 10 minutes a day, then you should meditate for 20. I feel like the Hermit energy is telling me that this is what's really kept you in balance, is that you are staying in your lane, doing your own thing, and you're on your own path, looking at your own goals. I feel like you're making really big, bold moves coming up in your life, and it's because you are emotionally stable. And I don't mean that in a mental way. I mean that you realize where happiness comes from, and it doesn't come from buying the Armani suit or the Birkin bag or the car or the house or having a plus one in your life. You've realized that where it comes from is the inner peace that you get when you spend time with yourself and work on your own goals. Tell me about this. And I think now you're making big, bold moves. But look, we do have the King and the Queen of Wands here. I haven't ignored it, right? It feels like you are about to meet somebody, possibly for some of you, who is also like you, because you cannot manifest what is not in your energy. And so I feel like you had to become the Queen of Wands in order to manifest your king. Tell me more about this. We have the High Priestess. It's funny because the High Priestess was on the bottom of the deck, and so I feel like you have some sort of a deep knowing, or a deep knowing that there is someone who's coming here. Let's talk about this. I'm going to talk about the Queen and the King of Wands. Tell me about this King of Wands, please. And this, understand, could be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, right? But it doesn't have to be. And I say that because you can have a water sign who is very feisty, who is running after their passions, this is an energy as well as a person. Feminine or masculine, tell me about the King of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. So the King, isn't that interesting? So they came up back together again, which is not such a big deal because when I put them back in the deck, maybe they stuck to each other while I was shuffling. But I think what is interesting is that this is a mirror. This is what I pulled up for you on the bottom of the deck, and now I'm pulling it up for the King of Wands. So it feels like you are meeting someone who has also cut themselves out of the Eight Swords. Someone who felt like they couldn't, that their hands were tied, they couldn't do anything, they couldn't make any decisions, they had to wait for someone to come save them. And this person learned how to be the Queen of Wands, cut themselves out of this Eight Swords energy. And we've got the Moon. So Taurus, I'm going to say that I'm not saying that this person is coming around the corner. It feels like with Cancer and Pisces energy, it could be any time, but it feels like it's going to show up when it's going to show up. The Moon energy is things are not as they seem. They could show up around a full moon, whenever the next full moon is, which I think is probably the 12th of May. I could be wrong. But I think it's the 12th of May. So for some of you, showing up in May possibly. And it could be a Pisces, a Cancer, a Libra possibly. Someone who has Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, and Scorpio is here big time. Sagittarius as well. So it does feel like, possibly for some of you, not all of you, of course, that you are going to look, the justice is between the King and the Queen of Wands. It feels like you have some sort of a deep knowing that something exciting is coming in the future. I want you to stay in your lane and keep your goals. Keep moving slowly, keep moving practically, keep assessing and reassessing your emotional state, your energetic state. I want to say, hold your position, because I feel like something here is showing up for you. It's going to take a tower, I'm going to say. It's a realization. It's a realization in a moment of time where you realize that I am in this Nine of Cups, so I really don't need for anyone. I really don't need. And when you disconnect like that, when you detachment is such a good lesson. When you detach like that, guess what shows up? Tell me what the outcome is for Taurus, please. Everything you want shows up. Your wish fulfillment shows up once you accomplish being happy without anyone and anything. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. Taurus, I feel like you are going to meet somebody in a social environment who is healed like you. Somebody who, and that's the thing, right? You are calling in somebody who is in the same energy level you are. So look at your finances. Do you stand up for yourself? Are you the master of your emotions? Like, that means do you blow up on people, or can you keep your shit together? The Queen of Wands, right, who's making bold moves. I feel like there is somebody coming toward you who is in that same energy. The Eight of Pentacles is here, and the Eight of Pentacles is about self-mastery. So I feel like you meet this person in a social place who is really into their self-mastery, and they end up being the long-term connection. Because we have 10 Pentacles here. It's going to be a perspective. Oh, look who just showed up. We have the Emperor. So I feel like there is a face-to-face meeting that comes up with the Emperor. So I'm going to say, Taurus, I've said it to you before, make sure you stay social. Make sure that you take these invitations and make sure that you're doing them for the right reasons. But take invitations. I feel like you will be meeting somebody who is on your level, whether you are the Empress and they are the Emperor, or you are in your Queen of Wands or King of Wands energy, and vice versa. So I feel like there is something that's showing up here, and the only reason, Taurus, it's showing up for you is because you don't need it. Yeah, I like it. Oh, look at that. Oh, just got head to toe chills. Look at that. The sun is showing up with the Hierophant. Oh my gosh. That's really beautiful. You've had a breakthrough. Yeah. You've had a breakthrough that listening to the higher self is the only way to get to the Ace of Cups. To get to the love. Oh, look, and there she is. There we go. The Empress is here. All right, I could read for you forever, Taurus, but I'm going to go. Happy birthday, babies, and I'll come back, of course, because I love you guys not too much not to do that. I'll be back, and you guys take care. Hope you had a beautiful Sunday. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, today's not Sunday. Sorry, a beautiful Tuesday. Okay, gonna go now. Bye.